Hey, welcome back everybody to Havokmkr Studio. I'm your host, John Owens, and we are going to be going over a lot of things today. What are we going to be working on? Well, let me show you. All right, this is our second episode for Havokmkr Studio, and today we are going to be finishing up our Primaris Bladeguard veteran. That's a continuing project, and we're going to be messing with death itself. So, give me a moment here, and we're going to get all set up and going. Let me hide that image. There we go. All right. I'm hoping everybody's having a good day. I know I am, because A, I'm alive. B, I get to stream to all of you and have some fun doing it. So, let us take a look at what models we're doing. I'm going to change a light setting here real quick, because it looks like I'm hiding in the shadows, and I most certainly am not doing that. There we go. And the Lord said, let there be light. Okay. So, what are we working on? We are going to continue with our Bladeguard veteran conversion. You'll notice something different there, and we'll get to that in just a moment. And we're going to be working on death itself from the Others. It's a cool mini or not game, and we are going to basically just be tinkering with this sucker. So let me double check chat, because once again, chat does not want to behave properly. So I'm going to take a look at my stream here. Yeah, everything seems to be working. I'm not sure what's going on here on screen, but whatever. So, what are we going to start with? Alright, well, we are going to go ahead and start with this guy as soon as I readjust the camera here. There we go. Easy peasy. So, I did have a Grey Knight Terminator helmet on this guy as of yesterday's show, but I did not want it. So I was going through some of my models, and in particular, I was looking at one of my previous, but it's another commission, or not commission, but it's another personal project, my own custom chapter. And I gave like 2 whole squads this helmet. And so I just started popping those helmets off. Wait, what's going on? Can you hear me? I don't know. How's the stream look? Is it wonky? Is it good? I can. Sorry, I have to. Okay, good. Type louder. Shut your pie hole. So, we're going to get that helmet up to a standard for this suit of armor to match the color scheme. And while we're in between stages of painting and working on him, we are also going to be working on this death figure from Cool Mini or Not. He's for the game, I think it's called The Others. So we're going to tinker with him. I know it's a... Let me see if I can lighten him up a little bit there. Or darken him up a little bit. Let me see if I can darken this camera up just a bit. Configure. Alright. Still having issues with the stream. I can't see... Still can't see chat anymore over there. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to like get rid of and or re-upload or reinstall all of this. I'm not sure, which is going to stink because I just put a lot of work into doing this. All right. Anyway, so we're going to tinker with him. All right. I just don't know why I can't see why my chat window is not working correctly. Oh well. I will check my messenger later. All right. So, well, let's just dive in here. We gotta, even though this helmet was already pre-painted, I did not strip it down. I just delved right into, I just glued them right on. I just didn't even worry about it. So, but I know that I had put 2 thin coats down there, and I can work with that. So we're just going to start off by getting some lead belcher on the helmet itself. I want to go ahead and protect the interior, that skull face on the interior, because I've already painted it and it's a pain in the butt to get to in the first place. So I'm going to do my best here to not screw that up. And as usual, if you guys have any requests, please let me know. Especially, I tried to get the YouTube video set up, but apparently there's some issues with my account. So I got to tinker with that a little bit later on tonight, because it won't it won't let me upload my videos for some reason. So I'm going to figure that out, and then we'll start getting the videos. One of the suggestions that people had put online was I might since it is a brand new channel, I might have to put up like a whole bunch of 15-minute short between 5 and 10 minute videos on it, and grow the channel up to about 100 followers before I can start putting up longer videos. I'm not sure. I got one other workaround I'm going to try to do, and if that works, fantastic. If not, well, YouTube will just have to wait until I get to at least 100 followers. What I'm hoping, I'm going to follow a couple other people's suggestions. Mr. Clint Crom Iron Skull himself and Grandpa Strange had suggested essentially barging my way into some super chats, like for Nick Ricada and a couple other channels that I've watched, and just kind of jumping on the super chat, hit them up with like $5-10 or whatever, and pimp my channel. So I think I'm going to end up doing that once I get some more content on there. Yeah, I am. Almost constantly. Though when I do need to get into some greater detail work, I will swap brushes. I don't know if you guys can hear the off to the side, but that is the sound of me cleaning my brush off. And since I'm using that red there, I just put on that Mephiston red onto that helmet, onto that plume. I just sat there, and I have my separate bottle or separate jar of water for red, oranges, and yellows, so it doesn't mix with all the other colors, because it tends to be a little pain in the rear end and transfer red onto every other color when I mix the pots. All right. All right. Well, I'm glad the stream is doing good, because it's showing me it's like getting all crazy again. I have a feeling what I have to do is tonight after the show, I'm gonna have to but swap over to, there we go, my other account, and double check all the settings that I have over on F&P, and maybe try to figure out why I'm having some desktop issues, not chat group, because I can see chat is working just fine and the stream seems to be working just fine. So whatever, as long as you guys can see it, that's cool. All right, I'm going to give that helmet just a little bit of time to dry, and we're going to think about what we could do with this gross thing. All right, well, we can at least start getting some color into those cheeks, those bony cheeks. Well, as much color as we can get into a bony type of guy. Just using some Morghast bone, which has really become my favorite color for as a base for bone colors, and parchment. I just did a thinned down version. I know it's awfully bright, but as you know on this channel, it will lighten up as we go. Alright, so he's got bones like everywhere. And this is like doing that chaos, that big giant Forge World Chaos Dragon all over again. That one was like, I think we counted like 62 skulls on its entire body that we found before we stopped looking. So you'll see I might be getting a little bit of paint over on the cloth. I'm not worried about that. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the cloth. I mean, traditionally, I think a lot of people are like, oh, just paint it black. I mean, it's death. But I'm feeling a little cheeky, so we might try a different color. But right now, I'm going to get these little thigh bones or femurs and stuff that he's got, for some reason, tied to his sleeves, like they're what are those things on the cufflinks? Like he's got them on his cufflinks. And then he's got a row of skulls on the back for some reason, because, you know, he's death. I think this box was called the Four Horsemen, because there's death, famine, war, and I think the other one was pestilence. I thought about pestilence, doing pestilence tonight on the channel, but I could not. I didn't want to do the typical kind of that all gross and sticky looking. I was trying to think of a different way to paint him, so I'm going to think about it for a future episode. And the only reason why I'm painting this guy tonight is just because I don't want to just be painting Space Marines tonight. Just want to kind of have a fun, relaxing night. I've been painting zombies and Highlander miniatures all day, so I want to just have some fun, relax. Well, it's fun I can have with painting death itself. And who knows, maybe if I do a very good job, I might get an extension on my life. I know that sounds that's a little dark there, but it's funny too. Or I might end up doing such a horrible job that I don't. Sorry, being a little dark. That's alright. Builds character. Alright. What I'm thinking with these robes is, I'm thinking we'll go in with Black Templar. I know I just said I don't want to do black, but I think I'm going to thin it down to where it almost looks like it's a gray. And then I'm going to slide over it with, I'm thinking Wildwood. That's a really dark brown. That might look nice and creepy, I think. Cannot tell if his hands are skeletal or not. It looks skeletal. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and make those hands skeletal, anyways. Why not? What's the worst that'll happen? It's not like I'm doing this for anybody. I don't even remember why I got these models or how I got them. So we're just gonna paint them. Who knows? Maybe I'll put them up on eBay, and somebody will be like, "Oh my God, I need those models for my game." Cool. Here we go, dude. All right. Trying to see where there's else's bone. I'm low. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna go ahead and make his hand here bone. His hand that morphs into or merges into a scythe. So I'm just getting real sloppy here. Right now I don't care if there's any over paint, because when I go in with that black and that Morghast bone, it's going to be so pigment heavy that it won't matter. Oh yeah, look at this boy. Alright, we're getting some color on him. Alright. Well, since there's a lot of robes, I think the best course of action right now is to go ahead and take care of the Black Templar on here. Get that out of the way now. That'll take a little bit, and while that's doing that, we can work on the Bladeguard veteran. That looks much more like a Bladeguard veteran. Finally. Alright, so a little bit of Black Templar. We're going to get some contrast medium. And let's see here. Do a little, probably 2-to-1 mix, I'm thinking. That might be a little too light, but that's okay. 2 drops of contrast medium to 1 big drop of Black Templar. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that was ended up being the right call. That was the right call. I will pat myself on the back later. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. What is today, man? Is today Tuesday? Is this Tuesday or is this Wednesday? Somebody let me know, because the days are kind of blurring. It's got to be Tuesday, because I had a job interview yesterday and I haven't heard back anything yet, so it's only been in 24 hours. Alright, just getting this thin down Black Templar on here. That's good. This thin down Black Templar is also good, because I don't want him. I know he's death, but I think it's just kind of boring to just go, you know what, since it's death, give it some black robes and make it all super skeletal looking. No, I can't change how the model looks. I don't want to mess with this softer plastic that Cool Mini or Not uses for their miniatures. I don't want to tinker with it or try to do a conversion. So we're just going to try to get a little life into this old boy here. Try to make him try to get some more colors. Not too bright colors, but instead of the very typical full black robes that you normally see, people that are painting for death, we're going to add a little bit of color in there. Still get those dark colors, but we're going to try to show this version of death. He's got a little bit of style. He's got style. Probably shops at the Gap on the weekends or Banana Republic when he's not doing his job. But I imagine he's doing his job full time, so that's probably why he's all like there's like no remorse, there's no break. He doesn't help anybody. He's like, no, sorry, dude, I have to do this 24/7. This sucks ass. I didn't ask for this job, but I was really good at it, so I got stuck in it. Kind of like being a MIMS clerk or something in the military, or you just do something really well and they're like, hey, go ahead and have that guy do it, and you hate it. I'm sure that's why he just does not care. Probably upset also, because it's like, you know, if you, depending on your belief system and whatnot, the angel of death just comes for humans. So it's like, I would not like humans. It's like, you guys are the ones making me work all the time. I hate you. So of course, when we have a chance to have an apocalypse, I'm gonna come gunning for you. I don't know if you guys saw that TV show on Amazon Prime, Good Omens. But very good. I was just thinking about that as I'm doing some storytelling here for this death model. All right. Yeah, I think he's coming along. Still not great, but this is still the early stages here. This is nothing. This is just base coating. And as this contrast dries, I'll be able to see a little bit more detail and know where I need to lay down some other colors. Maybe get a better idea of what else to do for him. Assuming it's a him. Could be a her. I don't know. Don't know. Or I guess if you're a fan of Supernatural, isn't there? I think there's like a whole bunch of versions of death. They're all like, I think they're called Reapers. Or if you're a fan of Bleach, you got the Soul Reapers. So, whatever. What's a hot topic? Oh, he shops at the Hot Topic, I bet. Yeah, I could see Death doing that. It's kind of an edgelord. I could see that. Shops there and at like Spencer's. Alright. Just getting the rest of his robe done there and filling any spots that I missed. Alright, so I think we're about ready to be done with the Black Templar. Yeah, looks like it. Alright. Sorry, I'm jerking this camera, or jerking this around. So this is just the initial little bit here. So we're going to let this Black Templar, and yeah, it's not black. It's more of a gray. But there's a reason behind that. And we'll take care of that momentarily. We're going to let that dry and get back to old boy over here. And I don't know. I have no idea where I put my colors. Oh, there we go. All right. So, going to go ahead and go into with just a little bit of this Runefang steel. Because we're going to come in here, and since he is a veteran, this whole faceplate is going to end up getting some white. So actually we're going to do that right now. We're just going to start with our Corax white, since that is my go-to. I totally forgot to look up some Greek symbols or whatever to be able to put there on that tabard or whatever it's called. So we might do a quick Google search while camera's rolling. After we get a little bit of white on here. Really super annoying to see the metrics over there just going crazy right now. Not even tell me. You guys are not seeing any dropped frame rates. I'm not like stuttering. I mean, like the camera's not getting all wonky, is it? I mean, the feed is not all wonky or anything, is it? All right. So just getting that white on there, not completely, because then we're gonna brighten that white up again, and then we're gonna line it with some black Templar. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's so weird. So weird. Don't know what those drop frame rates are. All right, while that's drying, let's go ahead and tinker with some gold. Now I'm going to switch brushes. Switch to a smaller detail brush. Use some Wargames Gold for my palette. And we're going to begin painting the Aquila. Just going to get the first kind of a bright layer on here. Just trying to brighten it back up. Brighten it up a little bit. We're going to come back in with some Liberator Gold shortly. Once I take care of the pommel here, I'm going to brighten that up because it's definitely a little dark. Hit the edges here of the guard and just kind of barely go over the tips of these little knuckles here. And cross guard, just kind of doing some edging there. And get the rest of these feathers. Get that gold on there. It's really a pain in the butt because I really want to make that kind of a more aged white gold, but I did that for another army, so I want to try something different here. Alright, so brightening that back up and making it just a little bit more gold. Alright. So we're going to swap out. Let's go for some Liberator Gold. Maybe that'll help liberate some of its darkness. I got dad jokes. Bad dad jokes. Alright. I have no idea how this Liberator Gold is going to look. I'm barely seeing it. Over that Auric Armor Gold. I'm not sure if that was a good highlight. I'm not thinking it was. All right. Well, if it wasn't a good one, then we're just going to go ahead and jump right into this Runefang Steel onto it. Use that silver onto that gold. A little too heavy on this one, but that's okay. That's okay. I can fix that. Just kind of just doing some spots. Not worried about object source lighting on these models. It was not not an intention or intention. Unless I do some like plasma weapons or something, I'm not really going to worry too much about which direction the reflection needs to be. I'd rather have these models look cool with the reflection from pretty much every angle versus from one particular angle. Alright, see that sword's popping. It is popping. And that Aquila got a little too heavy with the with that Runefang steel, so we're gonna clean it up a little bit with some Wargames Gold. Just kind of go back over it. Which actually, when I think about it, I might just have figured out a new technique. I'm gonna try it on a future model. Maybe I'll do that on tomorrow's stream. I'm thinking that I could do. Yeah, we're gonna test that. Maybe we might even test it today if I have got a model handy. I don't. I was thinking Runefang steel down first, and then give it a Agrax Earthshade, so brown wash, and then come back over the top of it with a thin down, or not even thin down, but with Auric Armor Gold. And that might, I don't know. I got to think about how, I don't even need to think about it. We just need to do it. That might be, we might just test that tomorrow. I think I'm on to something here. I'm not going to do it now. I don't have a miniature ready for it, but I just started thinking about the color swapping. I'm like, I think this could work. All right, so let's check on old Death here. Death is still drying, but Death is in a good enough state that I think we can go ahead and attempt this. I'm not sure if this is going to even look good. This might end up being a disaster, but hell, what do I care? I'm just having fun with the model. See if this this idea that's going through my brain pan will work. So just a little bit of contrast medium mixed in with the wildwood. I think I might have needed to swap these two colors, but we'll see. I might have to come back over this. I'm thinking I can, if this is too brown, which it looks like it might, I might be able to come back over this with some Nuln Oil, or and I'll probably try the Nuln Oil in just a little spot, or I can grab some Basilicanum Gray and do that. Well, like I said, though, I want these robes to be, I don't want them to be the traditional black robes for Death. I want to try something a little different. I don't know if he's going to end up looking like he was shopping at Hot Topic this time, though, Mr. Johnson. I think he might have gone to like Bass Pro, since this brown is looking a little bit more very earthy mixed in with that black, but that's okay. Maybe he wants to go to the range and pop off a couple rounds and then go hunting for rabbits or something. So, you know, he's like, hey, look at that, they've got brown robes, or for him really it's a ghillie suit, and but he got rid of all the green stuff, and now he's got the brown ghillie suit on. I don't know what I'm saying. But just ignore me. I didn't care too much that there's some still wet spots with the black. It's dry enough that all that's going to do is just kind of help blend in. Almost do kind of a wet blending when the brown and the black hit. So I'm not too overly concerned with it. I don't always use contrast paints, but I don't know, this model just screamed to me, hey, you need to at least do my base colors with contrast. So, and since it is death and I want to maybe get an extension, I complied. Kind of a sick grayish brown. Yeah, it's looking gross. But gross in a good way, I think. I know it's all wet and nasty right now, but as it dries, and then we go in and do some layering, this will clean up pretty nicely. No, I don't think he would be hunting. I mean, if Death walked into Bass Pro Store, I think he would be like, you know what, I need a break. I don't need to be hunting humans. I'm tired of it. It's all I do. It's rabbit season. I need to go get some rabbits. I don't know. Or duck season or deer season. Whatever season it is right now. COVID season. Once again, it's okay if I still splash over, especially onto the bone. It'll be easy to clean up at this stage because the bone is just a base coat right now. It's that Morghast bone, and that Morghast bone is so pigment heavy that I can easily a thin layer or just a regular layer, maybe even a thin layer, will cover it up. So not too worried about it. Doesn't mean I'm going to get sloppy. Should always still try to be neat and precise, but sometimes you make a mistake. In retrospect, I should have waited to paint those skulls. Seeing as how I'm having a lot more difficult time trying to navigate around. And since I don't want to spend 3 hours here on camera just dodging around my mistake, I'm just going with it, and I'll clean up later. I will clean up later. All right. I think Death has his coat. He is ready. He just got his camouflage Yeti cup. Brand new 30-06, because for some reason he's hunting like killer rabbits. So he needs a high caliber rifle to do that. Or he's using his assault rifle, the AR-15. AR means assault. Hoping some people will just like lose their minds when I say that. Like probably, since, you know, he doesn't have a lot of muscles there because he's all skin and bones, probably went ahead and got himself a high capacity magazine, because he's going to need 30-40 shots just to hit a rabbit with a 30-06 or his AR-15 assault rifle. All right, so he's coming along. we're going to let him dry for a moment, and then we'll come back in. And I'm not even going to mess with the bone right now. We're going to come in and probably start hitting some layers there start layering those robes. Actually, I think once that's dry, I think actually I'm going to go ahead and do the Nuln Oil. One more final thing to dull it down, and then we'll come in and brighten it up or hit the highlights. Yeah. All right. Not sure about the wings. Not sure. I'm almost tempted with these wings to base them in a white, probably the Corax white, and then maybe thin down a green, like a green wash or a green contrast, like really thin it down, let it settle down to those recesses, and then build that white back up. I think, I don't know. I'll think about that. We're going to think about that. Grandpa Strange is saying, yes, do that. We'll see if we can do that. You know what? While this is drying, might as well go ahead and, I got this guy here. We can go ahead and hit that Corax white on those wings. Give that plenty of time to dry. In preparation of us coming in and making it sick. So my paint water's a little brown, so it's mixing in with the white here, but that's okay. I didn't expect it to be brown, but that's all right. Well, it's kind of a grayish brown, or it just might be I've had too much paint still on my brush and I didn't clean it properly, which is more likely what it was. So yeah, I'm not being really neat and perfect with these feathers because I am just trying to get the paint, just a base coat of this Corax white on there. This is not detail work. This is just about getting it on there, getting a relatively thin layer. It does not need to be crazy thick. All right. Wow, that took a lot of... Okay, well, Grandpa Strange, since Grandpa Strange says do the white, or do the white and the green, I've got to do it. He said I have to, so we're going to do that. We're definitely going to do that. Right, getting the rest of this on here, get this last wing done, and then we'll set Old Death down here. Give him a break, because I think he probably went into like a little sugar coma because he's at Bass Pro and he got into that. They convinced him to buy some of that fudge, or maybe he was like on his way home. He was like, "Oh, look, a Buc-ee's. Since I'm in Texas, I have to go to a Buc-ee's. It's like a thing. You cannot bypass it without going there. It's like a national pastime for this state." So he went there, got some brisket, and got some fudge, because that fudge is good. And he's passed out now in his car because it's a little too much. He's not used to all this sugar on his day off. He's not used to having a day off, so that's all right. So all I did here, in case you're just joining, that was just Corax white on there. It's just gonna make it easier for me to transition the paint later. All right, so that's gonna dry for a little bit. I'm definitely gonna do the Morghast brown because that, or not Morghast brown, but the Nuln Oil, because that'll dull that down, his robes down, and will darken him up a little bit because it's a little too brown. What happened, I'm thinking, is I was a little too light with the Black Templar. Or I should have swapped them. I should probably put the Wildwood down first and then the Black Templar over. I'm not sure. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. So let's break out Homeboy's shield here while I'm thinking about it. This is the shield for the Bladeguard. I'm just going to put it on this base here. Yep, that's the right one. So the only thing I'm going to do right now is I just want to get some Null oil down into all those recesses of the feathers, and then we're just going to set it off the side. This is just a real fast thing, but since it's going to take a little bit of time to dry, I just want to get this done and out of the way so I can work on a couple other things. If you're new to the channel and you're like, God dang, man, are you just going to paint one thing or are you painting like 20? I am actually right now just painting 3. The reason why is because of dry time and whatnot. I let things dry. It also helps. I don't have OCD, but I want to be able to work on multiple projects. I want to get different things done, and I want to constantly be working. Especially when I got you all here captivated on camera, you can't get away because you're not allowed to hit the turn off button or the power off button or anything. But I don't know. I just like to work on multiple projects when I'm streaming, because there's just, like I said, there's so much dry time, and I want to be able to make sure that that I'm being engaging with you guys, and you guys have an opportunity to see what else I'm doing here, or see me working on multiple things. So we're getting back to Homeboy here. We need to go ahead and start working on the next part of his helmet. Now we're going to go in and try to be a little bit more careful this time, or actually a lot more careful. We're going in with the Bold Titanium White from Creature Caster. The best white out there, in my opinion. There's still plenty of paint companies out there, so I'm sure there could be a good one out there. Well, that's very mean of her. You tell Jessica that at least you are a good friend and you are supporting your friend, unlike her. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that one. That's alright. It's worth it. So, Bold Titanium White. Right here. And normally, these helmets you can just paint them all one color. But I started doing this. I don't know if you can see that little white streak going back there. Almost like a white hook. Kind of angling back. I just started doing it just on a whim on one model. I like doing it, so everybody got that look appearance. It's a little sloppy right now. That's because I'm going to come back in with, once it's dry, come back in with Black Templar and pretty much put a definitive line there so it pops even more, and then it'll also help kind of sharpen that hook. The Bold Titanium White, Nam, if you go to creaturecaster.com, you will be able to find it, and you just have to make sure you hit the US store. You'll be able to find it in their paint catalog. All right, man, this guy's looking good. I'm digging it. All right, we need to probably do something with that plume, and I want to also, you know what? Yeah, I want to do something here. It's been bugging me. And it bugged me that I saw somebody else was doing white scars, and I was like, you son of a monkey person. His process is complete a model 100% before moving on to the next one. I like doing batch painting and getting tons and tons of them done, and then going back in. Like, once these all are done to a standard of readiness, I'm going to go back in and add battle damage all at one time to everybody. That way it can be cohesive, and then I'm going to come back in and do the stress and the scratches and imperfections on the leather later on. But I saw his one model. I'm like, oh man, that's good. That's good. I hate you. But seeing even though he's not a oh man, even though he's not a rival, I look at people like that as competition. It's like, oh, I saw what you did there. I like that a lot better. Like putting this thin line of Wazdaka red, and I put a little too much there, but that's okay. Just on the edge of that red. I'm going to go back in. Well, I'm not going to go back in on that, but I'll be more careful in the future. Anyway, so it's like, well, I need to one-up him because he just one-upped me. I guess my one-upping will be better because I will end up with a fully painted army before he does. Not that it's a race, not that it's there's an actual competition, but and I guess I kind of understand why there's some people that like to do competitive play with Warhammer 40,000 a little bit, is because I get that way with painting and hobbying. I've seen other people's projects. I'm like, oh no, I can do better. And then I go and do better, or try to do better. So I kind of understand the competitive mentality. Oh no, they're out of stock. Oh man, Nom, I'm sorry, dude. I would check their website, see if there's a way, hey, notify me when it's available, that sort of thing. I'm doing a little bit of repair work here on this blade. I got some red on there. Yes, I know, Jimmy, that you like to hit people with hammers. Riding on the back of your wolves, going grrr. That's the sound that Space Wolf Cavalry make. Grrr. It's recorded. There's proof. All right. Okay, so let us grab some Black Templar. Let's fix this helmet up. And this guy's almost going to be 100% done, except for his shield. And we're going to work on his backpack, or his left shoulder pad there, and maybe his backpack tonight. We'll see how long all this takes. So you can see I put that Black Templar in there, just kind of make that little hook in the back of the helmet a little bit more well defined. And it's okay if I mess up, because I can always come back once that Black Templar is down and fill it in with a little bit of white, which I did there on that side. Messed up a little bit. It's a little too shallow compared to that side, but that's all right. That's all right. We can easily fix that. But that Black Templar really makes that stand out a lot more than just leaving it by itself. Alright, so let's grab some white real quick here. Well, that's really disappointing, Nom, that the white Templar, or the Bold Titanium white's out of stock, because I'm down to my last bottle. And that's not good, man. And it's not, I mean, this bottle's almost dead. That's not good. I might have to write a stern letter or talk to their manager. Maybe find somebody whose wife is named Karen that has the Karen haircut. See if she can do some magic for me. Alright. Helmet is fixed. And he is still got to work on that tabard. Once again, I'm going to have to look that up. Stupid. The leather needs to be worked on. That bolt pistol. There we go. Let's get that bolt pistol. Just for some reason, he is a fancy boy. We're going to start by putting some not black Templar, but steel or gray knight steel on his on the pistol grip there. He went and had it custom made, and it probably has like, Martius Calgar is best Primark or something written actually stenciled in on the pistol. He's that type of guy. So we'll go in and clean that up. We'll darken that up in a little bit. Probably normally when it comes to Grey Knight steel, I will use Drakenhof Nightshade to as a shade. But this time I think I'm just going to use the Nolan Oil. I think that's going to end up working better. Because even though he got it nickel plated for some reason, wear and tear maybe darken it up. I don't know. Alright, just taking a look here. How we doing? Rawr, I got my sword. I'm chopping people. Rawr. The sword looks like it lost a little bit of its edge. Let's see what a little bit of Stormhost Silver will do. I'm not sure at this point if it's going to be beneficial or not. Because it's so subtle. So subtle next to Runefang Steel. But it's doing something there. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. We're going to go double check or check on his shield. Looks like the Nolan Oil has settled in there quite well. So we're going to do something a little... I'm not sure if this is going to be the right thing to do, but it's the thing we're going to do. We're going to grab that my fist on red. This might end up being a mistake for order of operation, but I will live with it. So I'm going to do go ahead and get the fist on red started on the inside of the shield, because it's going to be, I'm just painting the eagle red. I'm thinking it's going to end up being better for me to go ahead and get this shield on the model before I start tinkering with the white. But once I get it on there, it's going to be damn near impossible to, not damn near impossible, but it's just going to be very difficult to paint behind the scenes here. So I really should have put this on a cork, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. All I can do is just move forward. Keep moving forward. I'm thinking, if I'm right about having to do those 15-minute videos on YouTube first, tomorrow I will just be doing, hey, real quick videos here on this channel, like little, probably about a 10-minute video, 5 minutes of explaining how we're going to, or what we're going to be doing, which will be probably doing, hey, you only are probably these 5-minute timed videos, and then we'll just do 5-minute videos. I'll do a string of them tomorrow and get them uploaded to YouTube and see if that works. If not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. YouTube's being a, you know what. Alright, so there's gonna be enough room. I can get back in there. Awesome sauce. Alright. A little bit of super glue. We're going to go ahead and get this glued on here. All right. So there he is coming at you. He's blocking your attack, and he's going to hit you with his big old stupid sword. Definitely not done, but it is. Oh man, John, you're so stupid. Oh, there's still enough room. I can get that shoulder pad on there. God bless it. Nom, why didn't you stop me? Oh man. All right. Let's work on this gosh darn shoulder pad. God bless it. Can't believe I skipped over doing that. Shoulder pad should have got done first. It's all right. We can make this work. Just gotta make sure I don't rush this. So in this case, yes, I am painting on a sprue. No, normally I don't do that. But since I won't be able to paint on the model as easily, I'm going to try to get as much as I can done on the sprue. That way when I transfer the model, or transfer this bit over, at least probably the hardest parts will be done. Try to eliminate as much work as possible. Well, look who it is. The man himself, Crom Ironskull, legendary Clint from Perfect Chaos Productions. Thanks for joining us in the chat, sir. Yay! Dancing Space Marine girl really appreciates that. Alright. So, yeah, I'll figure out what's going on with YouTube. why these videos are not loading up. I might just have to do a string of videos first, like 15-minute videos, like it said, and then be able to put up these hour and a half long videos. All right, so that red's on there. We're gonna go ahead and clip it off because it's drying really quick here. I just want to get it ready for transfer over to the model. Can't believe I forgot to do that, man. That's so dumb. It's Nom's fault. Alright. Hoping that this... Oh, man. This is going to be bad. Totally messed up my whole order of operation. I really screwed this up. I think I can fix it, though. Alright, we got the shoulder pad in there. Ugh. That's going to be a pain. Really should have finished doing it. Oh well. I'll make it work. I'll make it work like Tim Gunn says. You know, I'll tell you, it's not really difficult. I mean, it's the biggest thing about painting small stuff like this. It just comes from you just got to do it first off. I know people say that a lot, like, hey, you just got to do it. Hey, thanks for the follow. You just gotta do it. Just dive in. It doesn't matter how it ends up looking, because those, just like anything you do with a job, with sports, anything, you're gonna be a little bit awkward at it at first, and then you're gonna pick up steam, and next thing you know, you're painting high level. All it requires is just doing it over and over again. Now, I paint really fast. That's how I trained myself to paint. Other people have trained themselves to paint with a lot more detail, a lot more care. Maybe they'll do everything in like 6 different layers, where I try to do things in less, especially when I try to pass on knowledge to people, which today is not a tutorial. It's just me kicking it, having fun. But when I do pass on tutorials, I like to make sure I like to keep it simple for people. So like these, I'm going to be showing some 5-minute tutorials probably tomorrow, not tomorrow night, but I'll be recording them tomorrow and get them uploaded to YouTube, my YouTube channel. Just because I understand some people, they don't know if they have the skill for it, or perhaps they don't have the time, or not enough time. So I'm going to show you some 5-minute how to paint models in 5 minutes. If you only have 5 minutes a week. All right. One thick coat, yeah. Or, you know, and I know Games Workshop, their whole thing with the contrast paints is, oh yeah, just one thick coat. I disagree. I disagree with those contrast paints. Yeah, some of them you can do a thick coat, but I highly recommend against a thick coat. Highly recommend against it. Too thin, or a thin coat, just to make sure you're on track, and then you can do another thin coat if you want to. Alright. So, can't see a symbol too well, but that's okay. It's being protected by the shield that we're still working on. Alright. So, let's go ahead and break out, man, this bold titanium white that just keeps going away. Oh, I know you've never thin paint in your life, Mr. Johnson. I know. I've seen. Just teasing. Just teasing. There are times when a thick coat is okay. And it really just comes down to your own personal style too. If you, as I'll say many times, especially now, if you like what you did, then just keep doing it. If you don't, then try to improve it. Your models, man. You're painting to your standard, unless, of course, you're doing like a painting commission for somebody. Then they want a certain standard. You're going to need to get to that standard, especially if they're paying you to paint a model. But if it's just your models, man, just have fun. And if your first models that you've ever painted are not great, that's okay, man. You start out somewhere, and then you just kind of keep building up that skill set as you go. The way I also look at painting miniatures is I know I'm going to be messing up. Like right now, I'm messing up, but I don't care because I can go back in very easily and clean this up. But if you mess up with these paints, it's paint. You can just pick up the brush and grab that color and paint over it. Clean it up, especially if you've gone in with a thin layer. Alright, so I've got that bold titanium white ready to go here. We're just going to pick one side here. We're going to pick the left side. Camera is flipped upside down, so when I say I'm painting the left side, this literally is the left side. It might look like I'm painting the right side, but I assure you this is space magic. And just kidding. Just doing some thin lines in there. Just go ahead and get the paint down. I don't mind if I mess up a little bit, because like I said, it's just paint and we're having fun. Bladeguard veterans are not even out yet, and like I said, I'm going to already have a whole bunch of them when I get the box. So I don't need these guys, but I wanted to make my own, kind of personalize it. I'm realizing now I probably should have did the red first. Oh well, such is life. I'll just look at it as another challenge to overcome. So everybody's good at something and don't know what I'm good at yet. But I do enjoy painting. Alright, so I got a little thicker on the right side, so we're going to come back over, kind of straighten up some of these lines. It looks like I have to go back in with some black, or not black Templar, but Null oil just down those recesses, because I got a little bit of a paint down in those recesses. That's alright. Like I said before, and I'll say many times more, it's just paint. I can come back in and clean that up. Alright. So got that white down in there, showing off those feathers a lot better. Let me check chat real quick. Hey, I am putting a lot of care into your T-Suns. That color scheme is very difficult, man. It's very difficult. That's why I'm only getting a couple models done at a time. Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that you don't like what I did with your models? Because if you are, then definitely let's have a conversation. That way I can fix what needs to be fixed. Well, I see you said you're kidding, but if you're serious, man, you're just being polite. Let me know, because I want you to be satisfied with the paint job on those Thousand Suns. All right, I'm just bordering that whole, bordering the whole shield with red, the Mephiston red, just to kind of simulate or mimic the shoulder pads. Okay, all right. Giving me a hard time, busting my butt live on camera in front of millions and millions of 5 people. That's all right. What are friends for? All right. All right. This was an experiment. I wasn't sure if trimming this, doing this eagle right here in red, and kind of basically doing it, kind of framing this in red was going to work, but I'm thinking it does work. I haven't forgotten about death, but this right here just kind of drew me in. So we're going to get it up and going. Now I could have just kind of not wussed out, but went the easy route. I could have just painted this like lead belcher and made it bright and silvery, but this is another one of those things that it's that creative process, man. You just kind of go with the flow sometimes and just have fun and enjoy what you're doing. And right now I'm really liking how this is going to end up looking. All right, I still got layers to put on this red. I need to make everything pop, but don't be afraid to try new things. And sometimes when I'm painting, especially when it comes to Space Marines, and I get to experiment, I just have fun, and whatever happens, happens. All right. All right. I think that white and that white is looking good inside there. I might have to do one more layer of white inside. All right, switching brushes real quick, because you can see these little whatever these olive branches or whatever they're holding. It's very thin, so I'm going to swap brushes to my small layer brush and hoping that will work. So, I've got a bunch of people on. Jump in the chat and let me know what you guys are thinking, or if you guys end up watching this on YouTube later. If I do manage to get this uploaded on YouTube later, I'll put it down in the comment section. What type of movies would you like us to do a funny review on? I want to go with bad movies in the beginning, so and I know somebody's going to get upset when I say this, but some Godzilla movies. We have the Sharknado movies, the Expendable movies. I would like to try to do like about 4 or 5 movies, or maybe a theme. If you guys got a movie theme or anime theme you want me to do a review on, or not even a review on, but do a reaction video on. I am open to suggestions. Definitely, it'll be a future video because I don't have the video editing software just yet. But since I have Crom Iron Skull on, I might be able to convince him to not only assist me but join me as we go through some very, very bad movies. no to Dragon Ball Evolution just yet. But I do want, because I think what we talked about the other day was doing anime or movies that are live action movies that were anime, and we were also talking about live action movies that were video games. So you guys let me know in the chat right now what you think you would like for us to do first, and then we'll definitely look at doing that. I think it'll be a hoot. I don't know if it'll be a live show here, or it'll probably end up being a recorded show, because we're going to have to stop and do a lot of editing and stuff. That's probably what's going to happen. But we might do a live viewing of the recorded show on YouTube at a later date, whenever we get it up and going. We also got to double check all the copyright and stuff and whatnot. So I'm going to grab, while you guys are jumping in the chat, and let me know what you might want me to do movie-wise, like, or theme-wise. It could be I'd like to try to do like a series of movies so we can watch like a whole bunch of bad ones. But like I said, I think last time we were talking about watching movies like Tekken, King of Fighters, Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I mean just a variety of movies. And just oh man, I'm already getting stressed thinking about some of those movies. Oh man, oh, we could watch like Lavalantula, ice spiders, sand sharks, ice sharks, ghost shark, Sharktopus versus Megalodon, or Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Sorry, I got to get that one right. So you guys just let me know. And I might even end up getting a poll also up on, I'll probably end up putting a poll up on the Facebook page. The Facebook page is Havokmkr Studio, all one word. That's HAVOKMKR Studio. And it should be down in the Twitch description also. So you'll be able to go there. But what I'm gonna do is whatever you guys suggest, that's what we'll put in the poll and see what everybody else thinks. And then we'll make it happen, man. Be one of our first recorded videos. Joint partnership between Perfect Chaos Productions and Havokmkr Studio. Yay! Partnership. Alright. That shield, man. Oh, man. I'm really loving this dude. I know he's now taking on kind of a Roman look instead of a Greek look, but I don't care. I'm happy with it. I'm not going to walk away from that. I'm happy with that shield. I think that's going to end up looking really boss, especially when I got a squad of 3 of them marching forward. Oh, man, I'm really happy with that. Really happy. Let me check chat. Let me take a drink and check chat real quick. Oh, Legend of Chun-Li. Oh, man. And live action Fist of the North Star. Oh my god, you guys are killing me. Oh, you're killing me with those two. Oh. Oh man, I can't think of, was that Oliver Gunner or Gruner? No. Yeah. Man, I can't think of who that was. No, he was in that Cyborg movie, or that Cybernetic movie. God, who was that guy? Not Mark DaCosta or DaCosta. It was a weird name too, because that guy was like a model that became an action star, and I don't think he did too much after Fist of the North Star. That horrible HBO. I think it went like directly to HBO, or it was just for HBO. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. You guys are killing me. Okay, I'm starting to see some good ones there. Oh man, you're hurting me, guys. Hurting me with that. Full Metal Alchemist, that's pretty bad. You know, yeah, we could do that one too. But still, Fist of the North Star. Dragon Ball, I don't know which one's worse, Fist of the North Star or Dragon Ball Evolution. I would almost say Fist of the North Star is worse. I don't know. Gary Daniels. Yeah, okay. That sounds right. There was a bunch of those 80s and 90s guys that just came in and then disappeared after like one or two action movies. There's some action guys that really should just go ahead and fade away into obscurity, just because it's like, how after all this time can you not make or become a good actor? You've had, years and years. It's like, come on, man. Unless, you're like not Jean-Claude Van Damme, but what's his name? Who's the guy that's actually a fake, he's a fake CIA operative and Kempo ninjutsu master, killed like 30 people or whatever with his bare hands. Challenged MMA fight. It says he taught Anderson Silva, an MMA fighter, on how to fight and stuff. Oh man, not Jean-Claude Van Damme, not Oliver Gunnar. Man, I can just think. He always has like a bad. Man, I gotta think about that. I don't know if he's Italian. I think he said he's Italian sometimes. He has said he was Asian. He was taught by... I remember he had said that he was taught by some legendary ancient kung fu martial art master, but it was near impossible for him to have done that because the guy was already dead, or he was not teaching people at that point. Oh man, Steven Seagal movies. Bull. Oh man, we're gonna have fun with that. All right. Well, it looks like we got a wide variety of stuff there. So, I'll take your guys' suggestions. We'll put it up on the Facebook page. Give everybody an opportunity to vote, and whatever comes in second will just end up being our second video, probably. I don't know. What do you guys think of that shield, though? You think that red and white is a good idea? You think that came out okay? I still got the red is definitely not finished. Definitely not finished. But what do you think of that red and white? Is that kosher? So, all right. Gonna go ahead and work. I need to do a little bit of repair work on that snake symbol on his left arm. Once again, reiterating that I've got the camera turned upside down and or flipped vertically, so I am literally working on the left shoulder. I'm not working on the right shoulder. And just like I said, I'm going to come in and do some combat damage on everybody at the same time because I'm trying to perfect the technique. I'm also going to come in and add highlights to all of these Iron Snake symbols at the same time. That way I can kind of conserve paint. And it's just one super hyper-focused project. I can get it all done. Because I do like like I said, I like the batch paint. So, alright. So, Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Crom Iron Skull with some old school. That was, at the time, it was Graphics wise, absolutely amazing. Story wise, blah. But I would like to have seen more of those suits and more of them running around this in those suits of armor instead of there in the end, when it was all panicky and stuff. It felt like that move really they could have made I think they could have done a little bit better, but it still did not capture the essence of Final Fantasy. I think that's the biggest issue that people have, is that was not it did not stick to the heart of Final Fantasy, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. Crom can correct me if I'm wrong. Well, still my opinion, but could be wrong in my interpretation of why people kind of pan that movie. So just now I just went in with a black Templar, not even thinking, just went in and did that edge highlighting. Still got to clean up that white, or clean it up, but we're getting him done. I mean, he is, with the exception of the red here, and once again, I just realized I should have waited to do this shield because I left that tabard unattended. So now it's going to be more difficult. I'm going to have to lift it up and try to paint underneath the shield. God dang it, Nom. This is your fault. Man. Alright. You know what? Let's go ahead and get back to Death, because I feel like if I leave Death alone for too long, he's going to be upset. So let's grab that non-oil, because now he's just going to be even more upset, because we're just going to hit him with non-oil and set him off to the side again. But we gotta dull down that those robes. And I don't. Okay, yeah, non-oil is the right way to go. Perfect. So we're just doing real quick paint over of the robes, because that non-oil will darken it back up, and it will also dull, kind of do more of a matte finish to the robes. Get rid of that high gloss, which I could get rid of through layering and dry brushing, but if I could get most of it, the majority of it done just by putting on this non-oil shade, then that makes less work for me later on. I'll tell you what, Crom Iron Skull, if you are in town this weekend and you'd like to meet up and discuss working on those videos, let us meet up here at my studio, which is my home, and we can do a little collaboration. Alright, so no oil on there. I know I was just jerking this all around, so I apologize if you got a little motion sick. I just wanted to get that non-oil on there really quick. I'm also going to go ahead and why we got it here, since Grandpa Strange seemed pretty confident that I should do... Oh, you know what, Grandpa Strange? No, we're... Oh, man. I am conflicted right now on these wings. I feel like, nope, we did the, never mind. I was thinking about doing a different color, but I don't know where that color is, and I don't want to stop the feed, and we're just going to go with what the original idea was, have fun, and we're just going to continue with our experimentation, see if this works out. I was thinking about doing a different color, but we're just going to go ahead and This is going to sound strange, guys, but just bear with me. We're going to put this very thin down Hexwraith Flame, I think it's called, from Citadel. We're going to put that down over these wings first. And then we're going to walk away, and we're just going to let it dry. And then eventually, once it's dry, we're going to come back in and probably end up doing it on tomorrow's stream. Yeah, because, well, I'll probably practice on one wing first tomorrow during the day, and then on a stream tomorrow, we'll work on the other one. But basically, we're just going to bring it back up with white and make it really make those feathers stand out, but let that green, that Hexwraith Flame, settle down there into those recesses. There you go. Yeah, get a better idea here. So I think this is going to be the way to go, especially with that the brown and the black mixed in there on his robes. I think I will probably get this set all painted up, based up, and then probably put it up on eBay. Why not? See if anybody buys it. What's the worst that'll happen? Nothing. I don't need the model for anything. I don't need any of those not seven deadly sins, but any of the those apocalypse model or 4 horsemen of the apocalypse from that board game, The Others, I think, The Other Sins or something like that. Can't remember what it's called. The Others. Basically, you're survivors and you guys are going up against the 7 deadly sins and their minions. From Cool Mini or Not, about a couple years ago, I think. Yeah, definitely a couple years ago. Alright, so we got that green on there. We're just going to let that kind of settle in and dry. Let that Nuln Oil dry. It's already starting to, I can see it here. Definitely it's darkening it up and it's kind of matting it, so that's good. So this is probably all we're going to get done today for this guy. We're going to let him settle, dry, and tomorrow we'll deal with him. Let me check chat real quick. Alright, cool. Alright, so back to Captain America here. Alright, what time is it? Oh, got a little bit of time left. Let's go ahead and break out the Evil Sun Scarlet to go with Mephiston, which means that he is going to be going fast because red goes faster. Then we'll come back over this red with probably hit the edges of the red with doesn't look like much right now. Doesn't look like much change, but there's definitely getting kind of an orange or a lighter red. So we're just going to keep layering it up until we get to the level that I want. But I want to keep the Mephiston red down into the recesses, though, as much as possible. So that means, in some cases, painting individual feathers. Yeah, so tomorrow watch for that poll. I'll get that poll for the what movies we're going to review up sometime between 12 and 3 p.m. Got one more interview tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. It's funny, they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the economy, everything's good. Well, until you're trying to find a job. And unemployment rate keeps plummeting, or going up, or down. Going in a negative direction. But on the flip side, I'm able to do stuff like this. So, in a way, it works out. Can't complain too much. Alright. Just trying to brighten up the eagle here a little bit, so when I do come back in with the next color, which I'm not sure, I think it's going to have to end up being like an orange. So I'm thinking what I'll have to end up doing so I don't have to go out and buy another color. I'm thinking I might just go ahead and add a little bit of either, if I've got an orange, I'll have to check my stock of paint. I might have an orange already from Creature Caster, which I'm sure I do. And then I'm going to mix it with this Wazdaka red. And then as I bring that up, once that gets kind of topped out, then I will, once I get that color kind of laid down, then I'll come through with the actual orange as a final sparing highlight. Meaning I'll just hit some of the sharper raised edges over everything else. It's kind of like a final blow to it, if you will. Alright. I'm still just edging here. I just realized I've not edged put the Evil Sun Scarlet here on the shoulder pad. So we're going to get that going. I don't know if for those of you that are watching that participate. Oh gosh, got a little too quick there. God dang it! Or that are that play Warhammer 40,000. I don't know if you saw the rules for the Space Marine Outrider bikes today. Ooh baby, those things are going to be mean. Those are going to be mean. So, well, you know what? That Evil Sun Scarlet did bring everything up. That red is a lot more visible. Don't think I have any orange nearby. I got some orange contrast, but I'm not sure. Let's see if I can mix it with the Evil Sun Scarlet. Two different paint viscosity, so I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, but just for, we like to experiment here. So we will. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to end up doing anything. Yeah, so I need to actually grab a different orange. I don't know, this is kind of popping up, but it's barely above the Evil Sun Scarlet, so yeah, we'll just have to wait, get some orange. See what orange Creature Caster has. I don't know. Hey Nam, if you're still on, if you're on the Creature Caster site still, and can you tell me what color of orange they've got? That way I know what to look for. If not, no biggie, no biggie. I mean, I'm gonna have to go look for it anyways. But if they've got like shades of orange or red, especially if you have a suggestion, like what you might consider as a highlight for the Mephiston Red. If you see something like, or the Evil Sun Scarlet that might be a little bit better, I would appreciate any advice, because I'm not the end all be all when it comes to paint, guys. So I am definitely always open to suggestions and learning. So this is definitely becoming brighter. It's getting there. It's getting there. Don't worry about it, Nam. I was just asking about the paint from Creature Caster, but I'm gonna have to grab the paint anyway, so it doesn't do me a bit of good to ask you to look it up when I'm gonna have to look it up anyway, or I have to go find it anyways. But still, that layering the Evil Sun Scarlet and that Griffhound Orange did bring it up even more. So I'm on the right track. I just need to do one more brighter layer, and then whatever I mix that Evil Sun Scarlet will be the final highlight, like at the edges of the feathers. But I don't know what to do for that gem, though. I really don't know, unless I make it blue. I just don't know if that would... don't know if that would clash. Because you got the red, white, and blue over here with the shoulder pad. I was thinking maybe... You know what? Screw it. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll have to paint over it. So we're just going to go ahead and take that Talisar blue, and we're going to hit that gem in the center. And if I'm wrong, if it ends up looking bad, then I'll just paint over it. It's a great thing about paints. Alright. Well, it's not too bad. Still little bold, but we'll see how it looks when I get... So I'll stop shaking the model here. Sorry about that, guys. So what I'll do is get that orange mixture. We'll do that tomorrow on stream, and see how we brighten up that shield, and if that blue ends up going well with it, or if that just needs to get repainted and we try something else. I'm not sure yet. Now, don't... Oh, you mean paint that gem gold? Maybe. I'm not sure. So I was also thinking about whatever these little filigree things that are, the Imperial Eagle here is grasping, that comes down over the feathers and up onto the shield, the rest of the shield. I was thinking I might have to go back in and do that as a different color. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see how, you know what? We'll see how this pans out with the orange and the whatever orange I use with the Evil Sun Scarlet. And if that ends up working out, great. But overall, for this guy being a Bladeguard veteran conversion, thinking he's fitting the bill. I think he's going to do. You'll just fill in those blanks. That way, now I can end up going, hey guys, if you want these Bladeguard veterans, the actual Bladeguard veterans from that box set, that might end up being just a giveaway type thing. Or what I'll do is end up having like a charity contest or something, or a contest here online, like, hey, if we get X amount of viewers in one sitting, I'll randomly draw somebody, and that person will get the set of those Bladeguard veterans painted in their chapter colors. I'll do that. And maybe that's what we'll end up doing, since I'm going to end up converting my own here, and I'm going to end up having several left over. And I've got enough of these shields right here that I can actually make about 6 of these guys, I think, if I wanted to. So I'm not sure. But maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'm going to think about that, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow on the stream, or maybe even on Facebook, on the Facebook channels, like, hey, if I get... maybe that'll end up being the goal, is 2 people. I'm just thinking here, just oddball, and since you guys are all still watching, you guys can be a part of this conversation. But if I hit, or as soon as I hit 50 followers on Twitch and 100 followers on YouTube, maybe those will be 2 separate ones, but once I hit each of those milestones, I will paint up a squad of those Bladeguard veterans in whatever chapter colors you want, and I will send those out to you. I don't know, does that sound like something that we might be able to accomplish? You guys help me get up my followers, and I'll get you a chance to get a fully painted squad of the new Bladeguard veterans. Not this one, but the new ones that will be coming out, I think I got the image here. These guys. I don't know. Would you guys... Oh, excuse me. Does that sound like a giveaway that you guys might like? I can basically get up to 50 followers here. As soon as we hit 50 followers here on Twitch and 100 followers on YouTube, when we hit both those milestones, we will build. I will build and paint a squad of Bladeguard veterans in whatever chapter colors you want, and I'll send it to you for free. You guys just let me know here, and then I'll put that poll up on. Make another poll later on this week or next week for you guys, and we'll try to get that goal. So we'll see, and maybe I'll get a bar down here like current follower goal. You know, hey, we get this many followers. That's if anybody's interested. If not, no biggie. But it's something I wouldn't mind doing because I do love to paint, and I'm gonna have my own guys right here. Have my own converted Bladeguard veterans, so I'm gonna have at least 2 sets of those Bladeguard veterans laying around. So if I can get those out to people that could put them to good use, then I'd be happy about that. All right, guys and gals, it is coming up on 2 hours here. We got a lot done. We're still waiting for Death here to dry. Those feathers are still drying. We have pretty watered down coat there. So as soon as that's dry, I'm gonna tinker with one of these wings tonight or tomorrow morning ish, and then on the stream tomorrow we'll get back to working on him. We'll have the first of these Bladeguard finished up, and we'll pick something else out. I'll put up a whole bunch of different models, let you guys pick out what we're gonna work on, unless you guys end up having suggestions. All right. Well, thanks again for watching. If you have not hit that subscribe button or the follow button, or if you haven't done it on YouTube yet, jump over there, hit the follow button. The links are down in the description. Definitely hit up the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It really does help out. I know every channel is like, oh yeah, man, please leave a comment, please leave a like. It does. There's a purpose behind it. The more support that we're able to get on the channel means more attention we get from other businesses, local businesses, corporations, whatnot. And when they give us stuff, or I'm just thinking about if I all of a sudden like, hey man, here's some Ridge wallets, or here's some free board games or miniatures, just promote our store 5 days a week for a month. Then I can turn around and go, hey guys, I've got this from, I don't know, say Atomic Hobby Shop, and we're going to give this random prize or this random giveaway out. That's the type of stuff I want to do when I get those sponsors. But I need followers, I need comments and whatnot. So I do appreciate it. I do appreciate everybody's been helping, and there's going to be more coming down the line. No matter what, we are going to be having giveaways. So I'm not going to be just waiting for us to get up to a certain amount of followers. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, join me next time, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time, and let me know. If you have some suggestions or requests for stuff to be painted, let me know. And if you jump over to YouTube, whenever these videos are up on YouTube, and if you go ahead and subscribe on YouTube and make sure that little notification bell is active, when these videos are uploaded, you'll be notified, and you'll be able to jump in there in the comment section, say, hey, I watched the show, could you also do this in the future? Or hey, I have a suggestion, instead of doing this with your white or your gold or whatever, why don't you try this? I'm totally open to suggestions on anything, and definitely taking requests for painting projects, because like today, just goofing off and having fun. All right, I'm going to get going. I really do appreciate everybody following and watching. It's always fun interacting with everybody. And I know it's always busy during the week, and it's hard to get on all the time. So I do appreciate you taking, a little bit of your time to join me here and interact with me. I do really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to get going. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow night around 7 p.m., so about 22 hours from now. All right, have a good night.